Welcome, everyone, to our very first Life Support Community Services Lunch and Learn, our micro edition. I'm Angelina Braxton. I'm the co founder of Life Support Community Services, and I'm really grateful that you are here. These weekly sessions are designed to offer community connection, to give you real tools, real insights, and real skills that you can build on and that you can have that real support for sustainable reentry and long term success. So, our very first reentry reset, we're going to talk about building a new mindset. And the reason that we're starting with building a new mindset is because reentry isn't just a physical transition, it's a mental one. Many people come home still carrying survival mode, fear, old narratives about who they are or who they were, really. But today, we're going to talk about how to shift into a mindset that supports stability and opportunity because mindset really matters. Every new chapter begins in the mind before it shows up in our lives. In real life, starting over and reinvention aren't just about changing our circumstances, they're about shifting the way we think, the way we see ourselves, and the way we imagine what is possible for our lives. When we hold on to old patterns, we limit our future to the boundaries of our past. But when we open ourselves to new opportunities, we create space for growth, healing, and transformation. Today is just a small reminder that you are not defined by where you've been or what you've done, but more by where you're willing to go next. You deserve a fresh start. We all do. As many times as it takes to start, whether you're returning from incarceration, rehabilitation, um, school, divorce, um, if you're recovering from any type of grief and trauma, you deserve a life that reflects your strength, your resilience, and your potential. Not what was, not the past that is behind you. And it's not behind you as a weight, something you carries, but more so as a lesson. And every step forward begins with the belief that you are, we are all capable of more. Change your mindset and you change your future. Now, let's talk a little bit about identity. So, the identity reset, letting go. You are not your past, you are your potential. Let's talk about reframing your story. Just want to really drill down that reentry or reinvention, starting over, whatever term you want to use, reentry is a chance to reframe and rewrite your story. The identity reset begins with one simple truth: you are not your past. Too often, we let old chapters convince us they're the whole book. We let mistakes and setbacks or circumstances define who we believe we are. And we also let those same mistakes, setbacks, or circumstances define who we allow ourselves to become. But reentry is not a return to who you were, it's an invitation to become someone new. You get to choose. It's a moment of choice, a moment to pause, take a breath, and say, I get to write my own story. I get to rewrite my story. I get to reframe my story, not revise it or hide it, but rewrite it, because your past may explain you, but it does not limit you. It may shape you, but it does not own you. Every experience you've lived through has given you insight, resilience, and strength that can fuel your next chapter. Believe in yourself. An identity reset means shifting from what happened to me to what can I create from here. It means releasing labels that were placed on you and choosing the identity that you want to carry forward. It means recognizing that your worth is not tied to your history, the past, but to your humanity. You woke up again today. There's a new opportunity today because we cannot live in the past. Today is only to help you build on the future. It's not so that you can sulk or live in the past. The past happened. You can have regrets, but you can also overcome it. Use those regrets, use those hurts, use those experiences to help you build on the future that you want. So when you step into reentry with a renewed mindset, what you're doing is reclaiming your power. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start to believe in possibilities that once felt out of reach. You understand that reinvention isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about proving that it doesn't get the final say. You hear that? The past does not get the final say. You do. So today, let this be a declaration. I'm not my past. I am my potential. I am capable of growth, deserving of grace, and ready for a fresh start. Reentry isn't your reset button. It's simply a chance to reframe the narrative. You redefine your identity and rise into the future you were always meant to build. Your story is being written, and this time you hold the pen. So, what are you going to do? So, I asked some questions about just to get you thinking about the past versus the future. So, let's dig into survival versus growth. All right. So, survival mode is about reacting. They did this, so I did that. Growth mode is more about planning. I'm going to do this in the future, and I'm going to take these steps, and so on and so forth. One keeps you stuck, and the other moves you forward. So, any ideas? Which mode keeps you stuck? It's the survival mode because typically we're in survival mode. We are not growing and planning. We're surviving. We believe at Life Support Community Services that there are two ways we move through life, either in survival mode or either in growth mode. Some people think that there's an in between. And in our opinion, there is no in between. If you are not growing and you're in survival mode is not growth mode. So one is life and one is death. So that's just our opinion, but based on experience, lived experience. So we do know that survival mode is where many of us have lived for far too long. It's reactive, it's stressful, it's overwhelmed. It's waking up every day, trying to make it through, trying to avoid the next crisis, trying to hold everything together with whatever energy that you have left. In survival mode, your mind is constantly scanning for danger, replaying old fears and bracing for the impact. I was wondering when that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. It's exhausting and it keeps you stuck in patterns that feel familiar but not fulfilling at all. So it's like, yeah, I know this thing, so I'll just settle into this space because this is what I know. Even though my body is constantly stressed out, I'm full of inflammation, anxiety, all the things that medical professionals tell you are killing you. But we believe that if you take control of your mind, you might be able to battle those other issues a little bit better. So we believe that there is another way to live, and that is growth mode. So, not in that survival mode. We're sick of that. We're ready to move over to the growth mode. And the growth mode is intentional, it's focused, it's hopeful, it's choosing to move with purpose instead of shifting from what might go wrong to it's like so what I'm saying is it's choosing to move with purpose instead of panic. So we're shifting from what might go wrong to what can I build from here. Growth mode doesn't mean life is perfect. There are still stresses or anxiety maybe because you're thinking about, okay, I want the future to work out, so that would be anxiety, right, rather than stress is about the past apparently. But meanwhile, it means that we're no longer allowing fear to drive the car. You got to get out. I'm the driver now. I'm choosing the direction. It's my pace and my mindset. The difference between survival and growth, if you haven't already picked up, is that growth isn't about your circumstances, it's about your perspective. How do you see things? Survival says, I'm just trying to get by, I'm hanging in there. Growth says, I'm ready to rise. I'm ready to learn. Survival keeps you reacting, but growth empowers you. Survival drains you. I mean, your energy can become depleted in survival mode. All you want to do is go to work, do that thing, that job that you don't enjoy, that you don't get fulfillment from. Yes, pays the bills, but inside you are dying. Now, nobody's saying quit your jobs or change your jobs or none of that. It's saying plan your life, create the life that you want. What we're saying is that while survival drains your energy, growth multiplies it. Even if you have many things to do. You have these two businesses, you have this gig job, you're trying to raise a family, be a good partner, um, contribute to the community, but somehow you have energy to do that because it's what you want to do. So in our opinion, at the Life Support Community Organization, we believe that survival is about holding on and growth is about moving forward. And here's the truth that we believe. It's our truth. Everyone has their own truth, right? These truths are made on factors that impacted our lives. So We believe that everyone deserves an opportunity to live in growth mode. We believe everyone deserves an opportunity to live in peace. We believe that you deserve a future that excites you and energizes you. We believe that the shift in survival versus growth begins the moment you decide that being overwhelmed is not going to be your identity and stress is not your destiny. You don't live to come tell stories about how much stress you have. I mean, honestly, people will listen, but no one wants to hear that. They want to hear that, yeah, this is stressful, but I found these solutions, or I'm working on these solutions, or do you have any solutions? Have you experienced this? People want to hear people that are thriving, people that are growing, because it's the world can be a depressing place, but we're not accepting that. We are going to focus on growth. We're going to over fear. We're going to focus on hope over helplessness. And we believe that once you join that, once you choose intention over impulse, that you're going to begin to transform your life. So today, we invite you to step out of survival mode if you are in it. Some people are already thriving and growing, and we would love to hear from you. But to those that are not, those ones that are trying just like us, we invite you to step outside of survival mode and step into growth. And not because everything is easy or it's going to be easy, but because you are ready. And only you can make that decision. We believe that your next chapter requires a different version of you in order for you to move through that chapter. A version that believes in possibility, that embraces change, and moves with purpose. Survival kept you alive, so you want to be grateful for that, but growth will help you live. So, what we're thinking about is once you decide to move into growth mode, then we believe that you'll start understanding the power of micro goals. Small wins build confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Momentum builds transformation. Okay, so you see it on the screen, but what does it mean? Transformation doesn't begin with giant leaps, it begins with small intentional steps. Micro goals are powerful because they break dreams into actions you can actually take today. You don't have to plan or save a long time to do this one great thing, you know? You can break down your goal, that big goal, into small, monumental fractions that you can actually take on. When life feels overwhelming or the future feels too far away, micro goals have helped us bring our focus back to what's possible right now. Where do my priorities lie? So, for example, small wins could be I drank another glass of water today. Whatever that means to you, that's something that's important to me, drinking more water. So, a small win may be, wow, I drank an extra glass of water this morning or this afternoon, or I drank water before I drank my coffee, whatever it means to you. So, it could even mean something like making that call, sending that email, organizing that space, the junk drawer, whatever it means. Showing up on time. You prove to yourself that you can follow through something. So you're just building. These are just a little strategy for building on your goals. This seems so small and insignificant and something that everyone knows, but I can tell you with 100% surety that this made a difference in my life. As a procrastinator and maybe non diagnosed person with ADHD, this breaking my goals into micro goals has been phenomenal. It's made a huge difference in my life and the amount of stress that I carry and how I show up for people that I care about. Um, and those small wins start stacking up, reminding you that, wow, I am capable, I'm consistent, and I'm stronger than I think I am. That confidence helps build that momentum. And once you start seeing progress, even in small doses, you will begin to move differently, even if no one knows but you. It's about you, though, right? So you make that decision with more clarity. You take on challenges with more courage. You stop talking yourself out of opportunities and start stepping into them, even when they scare you. Because you know what? I got this. I have the tools to do it. I can take my time and break this task into small, um, achievable tasks. So, and then once you build that momentum, that's the energy that will carry you forward. And it begins with the confidence you build from those tiny little victories. So the momentum builds transformation. Big change, it won't happen all at once. I mean, maybe it can, but typically it won't. It will happen through steady, repeated action. So those micro goals turn effort into habit, the habit into progress, and progress into a lifestyle, a new mindset, and a lasting change. Before you know it, those small steps have taken you somewhere completely new. You look back and realize, wow, I didn't just change my circumstances, I changed my whole identity. I changed my whole mindset. Now I have a new direction. I'm on a new trajectory. My life is different, and I did it. So don't underestimate the power of micro goals. They are the quiet force behind every major breakthrough. Start small, stay consistent, and watch those tiny steps reshape your life. Let's try an exercise today. Well, not today. I'm going to give you an exercise. You try it if you like. It's a 90-day reset. You can name three things to accomplish in the next 30 days. So, I mean, just think about it. What are three things you want to accomplish? I mean, just write them down. They're for you. Keep it simple and realistic because you'll be surprised that small steps can equal big change. For example, if you, this might apply to someone who just returned from uh, incarceration or something. I got my ID and documents together. That's a small step to equal big change. They could say, I started a savings habit. You don't have to say I started a bank account or I established a 401k or other um, financial savings vehicles. It could be something like I got a can, I put $1 in it today. Whatever that means for you. I applied to 10 jobs. I reconnected with a family member that I've been wanting to reach out to, but felt some way, yada, yada. These are just small examples. You completed a training program. Today, you sat in and spent 30 minutes with a stranger talking about resetting your life. A 90-day reset isn't about overhauling your entire life. It's about choosing a few small, meaningful goals that move you forward with confidence. When you think too big, sometimes we freeze, then we do nothing. But when we break life into 90-day chapters, everything becomes more doable, more focused, and far less intimidating. So let's keep it simple. Ask yourself, What are three things you want to accomplish in the next 90 days? Not 30, not 10, 90 days. Just three. And not just three things. That's very small and realistic. It's achievable and aligned with the life that you're trying to build. Maybe it's something simple as creating a morning routine that helps you start your day with clarity. You know what it is. You decide. You're in the driver's seat. So as we move forward, we just want to reiterate that the beauty of the 90-day reset is that it gives you permission to start fresh without pressure. You're not trying to change everything at once. You don't have to share this with anyone. You're choosing three steps that move you forward, three steps that build confidence, and three steps that remind you that progress is possible in small bites. So today, take a breath and think about your next chapter. Name your three things, write them down, keep them simple, doable, and let the next 90 days be the season of clarity, intention, and steady growth. Your reset starts now. Well, next Friday, we will take time to talk about management, how to structure your day in a way that reduces stress and increases success. Also, we will provide helpful tips and prompts to help you utilize AI in everyday life. If you found today helpful, feel free to invite someone to join our support community next week. Thank you for being here today. And as we wrap up this session, please carry this with you. Remember to live in faith every day. Every step you take, no matter how small, is part of your growth. Keep moving forward. Keep believing in your potential and keep giving yourself permission to begin again. Until next time, stay encouraged and stay committed to your journey. We have been Life Support Community Services, and we thank you for your time.